In this video, we're going to talk about factoring, and how factoring is useful in solving equations that are set equal to 0. So it has to be set equal to 0 for the process that we're about to do, and solving means your answer is going to look like x equals something. So let's do an example. Let's solve x squared minus x equals 6. First off, it's not equal to 0, so you have to get it set equal to 0. And then you factor it. Now, the reason you set it equal to 0 is because once you factor it, you just have to look when each of the factors individually is equal to 0. So that first factor is equal to 0 when x is 3, and the second factor is equal to 0 when x is negative 2. And those are your answers. You just combine them. So let's do a more difficult example. We want to solve 5x squared e to the x minus x cubed e to the x equals 0. We want to factor this. So what you need to do is you need to look at the terms. The terms are underlined here. They're separated by that subtraction sign. You need to see what the terms have in common. So if you notice, the first term has an x squared e to the x, and that second term has an x cubed e to the x. So the common thing that they have is an x squared e to the x. So you can factor that out. And then what you're left over with is the 5 from the first term and an additional x from the second term. Now you have it factored, so you can look when each factor individually is equal to 0. The first one, x squared, is equal to 0 when x is 0. The second factor, e to the x, is equal to 0 never. E to the x is never equal to 0. And the third factor is equal to 0 when x is 5. So your answer is just combine all those. Alright, your turn. Solve both of these.